Hi, this is your girl Lynette, Miss BBW Delaware 2016, 2017, Miss Fashion Global 2020, and the current Miss Delaware Classic Universe. And I'm sharing my platform of Wear Your Crown, which is building amicable relations amongst women and girls in hopes of inspiring other women and girls into their purpose. We do that by sharing phenomenal stories of phenomenal women, and they share what they do, why they do it, why it's important, how you can connect and support them. And our hope is that it pricks the women and girls who watch it so that they can say, oh, I would like to try that. I would like an opportunity to experience that, or I've been interested in that, and I have more questions. So this series, the Wear Your Crown Empowerment Series, is intended to empower women and girls into their purpose. And today we have none other than Queen Jeanice. How are you, Queen?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am excited to have you. Oh my gosh. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Jeanice Burell. I am your Miss Delaware for America Strong 2022, currently reigning. I am also a mother of 4 children, beautiful children. I have a 16-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 6 and a 7-year-old. And I'm also a cosmetology instructor where I offer services to help like other women. Of course, I offer hair services, salon services, spa services, excuse me. I also do classes for people who are interested in learning how to do basic needs for their own skin or hair and things like that.
Oh, so you know what? This timing is perfect. You
Yes.
said not only do you teach and instruct how to do and apply your own makeup, but you also have spa services available.
Yeah, so I do facials, I do um body waxing, so full body waxing. Anything you want hair off, I can take it off.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
is super good to know. So how did you get started with the spa services and the makeup? First of all, I'm loving that you're beautifying all of the queens. Like let me
Yes.
teach you how to better enhance what you currently have, or if you just want to maintain your skin. What got you started with that?
So basically, I've been a cosmetologist since I was like 14 years old. I graduated out of Howard High School. I started with hair care first. I always wanted to do hair because my grandmother, she used to do my hair with a hot comb. That
Yes.
hot comb. And I was like, you know what? This got to stop. I got to figure out something else because I can't keep dealing with this grease and this heat. But no, I just was really inspired by her because she would do everybody's hair in the neighborhood and things like that. So I decided to do hair. So that was something with my first love. And I did that for a couple years. And I started wearing makeup and things like that. And people would ask me, who did your makeup? Who did your makeup? And I'm like, me. And it was like, can you do my makeup? And I'm like, I was one of those people like, I won't do nothing for somebody unless I was educated to do it. I'm
Right.
not just going, just do it. So I went to school for aesthetics, skincare. So I learned the skincare, learned how to do everything. And then that's when I went into just body waxing was my niche. I really love body waxing. So I decided to just do an overall beauty. Like you need your hair done, you need you need a facial, you need a wax,
Yes,
like
would you say
whatever.
one-stop shopping? I got
Yes,
you. And
yes,
that's perfect that you started with the basics. Like you have to care for your skin before you start applying anything on top of it.
absolutely.
You want to make sure you have a nice foundation, a nice base for even
Yes.
applying your makeup in the first place. That is awesome. So how did you, well, not even transition, how did you end up in the pageantry world?
Oh boy. Pageantry was something that I wanted to do ever since I was a child. Probably like 10, 11, 12, like something like that. But however, I became a teenage mom at 16. So when that happened, I was kind of discouraged to the fact that, you know, I had a kid, I'm not going to be able to compete. And back then, to compete, the restrictions were like really strict. It was, oh, you can't have kids, you can't have stretch marks, you had to be a certain weight, certain this and certain that. So
Yes.
I was like, I said, oh man, that's out the picture for me. So I just kind of like put it on the back. It was in the back of my head. I wasn't even thinking about it anymore. And you know, as the years went by, things like that, I've been through a lot of things that kind of like brought my self-esteem down, like dealing with relationships, hardships, and having more children, things like that. So my last relationship was like the worst. And I was like, you know what, Jeanice, you are worth way more than this. You have to do better. So I kind of conditioned myself self-love. I started learning like
Yes.
self-love is more important than anything in this world. So you have to start respecting yourself, have to start loving on yourself, have to start having the care for yourself that no other person can give you. So once I learned that, I started doing modeling. I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll model for small boutiques or local clothing liners because they always like, I'm an entrepreneur as well. So I understand that people need people to promote their businesses.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, I've reached out to people on social media, like, hey, let me wear your clothing. Let me wear your clothing. They were sending me stuff in the mail. So I'm like, okay. And then one day I literally was walking, I was taking my kids to like Sweet Frog, and it's in Newark, Delaware. I was taking my kids to Sweet Frog, and it was this boutique. And I'm looking at this boutique, like, and it was something telling me, like, I mean, I'm a firm believer in God. So I heard him say, go in that boutique. And I'm like, well, what for? Go in that boutique. I'm like, okay, let me take my butt in this boutique. And, you know, I spoke to them and things like that. And the nice lady, she said, well, we are looking for models. And I was a little heavier at the time. So she said, we're looking for plus size models. So I was like, oh, great. I'll do it. So now I'm like, oh, man, I'm modeling for a big store now, like a boutique. I was like, wow. So I'm excited about that. So then I came in a couple days later. I did a photo shoot with one of the girls that was there. She's actually on my wall right here.
Oh,
Miss
nice.
Ariel. She is Miss Delaware 2020.
Nice.
So I was like, so she gave me this card and she said, I'm Miss Delaware 2020. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, really? I said, the whole time I'm shooting with her, didn't even know until at the end of the shoot, she told me. And I was like, oh my God. I said, I would love to do that. I always wanted to do that when I was young because she's like in college or something like that.
Right.
And I'm now 32 years old. So I was like, oh, I always wanted to do that when I was younger. And she said, you can do it now. And I was like, really? But again, I was not thinking about pageantry, was just like the last thing on my brain. Like,
yes.
So I was like, really? I said, oh no, girl, you know how many kids I got? You know how old I am? Like, she was like, okay. And she said, this division that I just did, you qualified for the Miss. So I was like, oh wow. So after that, she said, I can get you connected with my director, things like that. So I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. Just connect me like that. Like, just, you know, it's okay.
Right.
So the director called me probably like an hour later. I talked to the director. She asked me, you know, questions about myself, things like that. And she said, okay, I would like to offer you a title. I was like, oh, wait, it was that easy? I was like, wait a second. What did I just get myself into? Like, I was like, oh my God. So she offered me a title. So I became Miss Bear Delaware last year, in February. So I was Miss Bear Delaware, and I was just like astonished. Like, and the beauty of it though was, I think really deep into it. It was like one of those things where God was just giving me like, okay, now it's your time to shine, baby, because I've been through so much. And when I finally realized who I was and where I'm going, and which is the unknown, we don't know where we're going sometimes, but
you know, there's purpose. You got purpose.
Yes. So once he was like, okay, here you go. Now let your light shine. And I was just like, I kept waking up every day like, I'm Miss Bear Delaware. Da, 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 da. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then when I competed for Miss Delaware, I was scared. I was like, I'm gonna do it scared. I'm gonna do it scared. And I just kept talking, kept telling the current Miss Delaware at the time. I said, I'm coming for your title. I said, I'm coming. And I was like, girl, you just talking all this crap. You ain't never been on stage. You ain't ain't never did none of this. And when they called my name, I literally stood there like, they didn't just say me. And everybody was looking at me. And I was like, oh my God. It was just the most beautiful thing ever. And I cried for like a week straight.
Oh.
A week straight. I couldn't believe it. It was just insane. And now I'm just like, I'm addicted now. I'm like, okay, where's my next title? Where's my next crown? Because I love how much pageantry develops you. It's not just having a crown and being pretty and all this stuff. It's a lot of work.
Oh my God. You're gonna have to be, so we do or we've done like a queen's circle where we have the queens, because there are people who are like, I want to do this, but I don't believe they always understand your platform, that it's more like, in that year that you're the reigning queen, your life isn't yours. Like, you have events and activities and things that you have to be at because you are representing and promoting the pageant for that next following year. So people win are like, okay, I'm done. No, ma'am. It's just starting.
It's work.
This is just
but
the
even
beginning.
building,
You have volunteer hours that you have to put in. You have places that you, so like the Queen Circle is a way of not only connecting queens to queens and supporting each other's platform, but sharing your platform and letting people know the best part and some of the most difficult parts about actually taking that, doing that inner work that I feel like happens as a queen. And I don't feel like, for my first pageant, I didn't realize it. I was just like, let's do it. Me and my sister were going to do it. And that's not how it happened. But going through the process, preparing to be judged by people you don't know, understanding that you have to put together a platform, like, there is real work in not only representing, but preparing for the pageant. So how did you prepare?
Okay, so fortunately, Miss Delaware 2020, her mom and her was very, very supportive. They're still supportive. Like, they held my hand through the whole thing. So basically, I had mentors. I got mentors. One of the mentors just so happened, I already knew her because she was my baby girl's dance teacher. And she was like, oh, you're running? It just clicked just like that. So they mentored me. So I had to do nights of just studying, like, hello, my name is Jeanice Burell. I am Miss Bear Delaware for America Strong. My platform is to inspire others to find their true inner beauty. Like, I could not do that. It was so hard to get that to roll off my tongue. And I was like, well, it's so difficult. Or learning how to walk. I had to do practice in walking. I had to do practice with speaking, talking to people on a very different level. Like, asking me questions and I respond back within a certain amount of time.
Yes.
Things like that. Just being effective communication. I had to learn a lot of that. And it was just different. Or even like me, I don't wear too much heels and stuff like that. I'm a laid back girl. Like, I don't give me a pair of boots, some sweatpants, t-shirt. I'm fine. But no, Missy, no, the queen needs heels. The queen needs to look proper. The queen needs to do, it's different things that I had to do to groom myself. One of the things I always remember when my mentor, when I was walking, she was teaching me how to walk. She said, girl, it's not sexy, it's classy. Because I just was strutting. It's just, she said, oh, no. Classy and confident. I'm like, oh, sorry. Okay. So you had to learn different ways to present yourself to people. And just literally thinking about, who are you? Like, literally, it's been times I literally had to sit there like, well, who am I? What kind of message do I really want to send out to people? What do I really want to do? And my message is to inspire others. Like, your inner beauty is more important than anything. Like, yes, I love beautifying people with their hair and all that stuff, but I'm able to counsel people while I'm doing their hair. I'm able to counsel people while I'm doing their facials. I'm able to counsel people when they're just, just in my presence. And that's what I love about what I do. I have a strong connection with people individually.
That is awesome. So how and where is you have a shop where you present these services, or oh my gosh, are you a traveling spa service?
I am a traveling. Yes, I do. Yes, I do travel. I had my own salon before I closed it because it was with my boyfriend at the time, and that just was not it.
Yes.
That was not it. So I closed it. And then I had worked in several salons, and I just feel like I'm my own boss a little bit. Not that I'm
Yes.
not I can't work with people because I can, but it's just I'm
You
my
have a
own
certain
boss.
energy that you want to be in the space when you're presenting your service. And if you have other people's energy that's impeding the flow, especially if you're mentoring and inspiring people at the or counseling at that same time, then if you have all these other things happening while you're presenting your service, it's not as effective as you probably would want it to be.
Exactly. For example, the salon I just was currently working at, um, it's like the energy was just off. Like I come in and I light the whole room up, and I'm like, sometimes people get intimidated by that, and it's like it's not my fault. Like that's just who I am,
Right.
and I can't come in and turn my light off.
Yeah,
It just doesn't happen. Like I could with the crown or not, like I can come in and light the room up. And
right.
a lot of people can't handle that, and it's okay. It's okay, but I need to know where I need to place myself. So I know for me, being my own contractor, being on my own is best for me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That works, and that sounds awesome because if you're in people's space, not only do they feel safe, but you know that you can actually like reach them because they're comfortable in their space and
Absolutely.
they're inviting you in, so you know you're welcome. So
Mm-hmm.
that beginning of that energy exchange that happens is already present and already happening. That is
Mm-hmm.
awesome.
Because I'm a firm believer, like your crown is everything. You can't just have people just. I'm talking about not this crown. I'm talking about your head.
Yes, yes.
It's your everything. It's your central station. You can't have everybody just playing in your hair.
Or
You can't
everybody can't lay
do that.
hands on you either. So I'm
That's what.
with you. You if you touching, working with, look.
Listen.
I keep my hair short nowadays for the most part. And
Yes.
I absolutely love and respect the barber that I currently have. He mentors people that are in his shop. He's always speaking life and positivity in the men that I've heard in that space. So I'm like, yes. And I've had some other barbers who are like, yo, you should come and check me out because I can no.
You be like,
Your energy is not. I'm gonna be in the chair feeling like you looking down my shirt the whole time, or you
exactly.
like really doing the most back here. Like I don't have those issues with my current barber. I know that if he is cutting my hair, he is cutting my hair.
Yes.
So
Yes,
and respectfully,
absolutely.
so we can have proper, authentic conversations. I love Joe. He is like,
Yes.
Joe Payne is my barber, and he is the absolute
Yes.
bomb.
Plug them in. Plug them in. Yes. Good
Yes.
business.
So that is awesome. So how, if we wanted to book an appointment, is there a way to book an appointment, whether it's with your hair or a makeup tutorial or something? How do we do that?
So I do have a link that will be posted on this video. It's a booking app called Style Seat. It's available for you. Yep. So you can book services there, you can book lessons there, or you can reach out to me directly because I know sometimes people have questions before they can book. So you can reach out to me on the phone number that's there by text or call. Sometimes it's hard. So,
Yes.
but text and I'll reach out to you, as soon as I can, or you can DM me as well.
Okay, so below this YouTube video is her link to Facebook. It is also the link to book an appointment with her. We're also going to put her if she has a Zelle, PayPal, Cash App. So if you want to make a donation, running a small business is not easy. Competing
Not
in
at all.
pageantry and maintaining is also not easy. It costs money. You pay.
Ooh, them dresses are not cheap, okay?
Dresses, makeup artists. If you have to fly, my pageant is in Vegas, so I'm gonna be going for a week. That's a hotel for a week. You know, you have to stay in the host hotel. Look, y'all, this life is not easy. We want you
No, it's not.
to support the queens who are inspiring women and girls by loving themselves on the inside out. Is that part of yours?
Yes, inspiring others to find their true inner beauty.
True inner beauty. And she does that authentically with her hands in your space or in their space. Is it optional?
Right now it's in their space, so I'll go to them.
Okay, so look, you have traveling services for your hair, for your makeup. She's teaching classes or tutorials. So if you have a class, a workshop, a group, an organization, and you're interested in teaching women and girls some awesome skills to have, whether you use it all the time, regularly or not. She even does basic skincare, and we all need that as well.
Yes, so, absolutely. Like right now, currently, I have no makeup on. I just have my eyebrows done and some lip color. That's it.
Look, she said keep it simple. So we're going to we have the information below for you to reach out and contact her. If you could leave a final message for our women and girls, what would it be?
Absolutely. My final message is, oh my God, please don't give up on yourself. No matter what the situation looks like, no matter what you're going through, everything you go through is obstacles. Everything you go through is carving you and shaping you and molding you to your being and to where you're going. So never take anything for granted and just continue to love yourself, be patient with yourself, and just stay focused on your goals and dreams.
Ladies, that is exactly what the Wear Your Crown speaker series is all about, inspiring you into your purpose. And Queen Jeanine, Miss Delaware 2022, is here to inspire you and to teach you how to love yourself. Self-love is so important. Oh my gosh. Make sure you watch this from the beginning if you are just tuning in. If you want to sow a seed, her links are also below. And if you're interested in booking, by all means, please utilize the link.
Thank you in advance. I really appreciate you. Thank you in advance for whoever sows seed. I promise, it's such a blessing to continue to just be able to pour into others.
Now, this is not the last time we're going to see her, because we're going to have some other conversations about these services. But for now, this is the 2023 Wear Your Crown Empowerment Series with none other than Jeanine Burell, Miss Delaware 2022. Thank you, Queen.
Thank you for having me.